The missing 15 minutes. I think I'm about to sneeze. Wait for it. Welcome back to more Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations. As you can probably tell, I'm getting sick. My voice hurts, my throat hurts, and I'm sneezing like a mug. My nose is drippy. But without further ado, let's get to these missing 15 minutes. I am a donut. I am an artist. What do you think I was doing? Sketching in front of the bridge! I was whipped up into a frenzy of art. The shock and awe that I was feeling, I transferred it all directly onto the page. Before I realized it, the flames had gone out and then he came running up. Okay. I suppose artists can be strange folk. That's right, I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw the perfect sketch. Including the truth from the sound of it. Mr. Edgeworth, has this removed the last of your doubts? Not at all, Your Honor. One very large doubt still remains. And what would that be? This is a surprisingly believable story, especially considering the source. So why did he think he needed to hide it from us until now? I intend to drag the reason out of him. You'll regret this, Edgy. Really now. 15 minutes. I'm a donut. I am an artist. Sketching in front of the bridge, I was whipped up into a frenzy of press him on this. Oh, really? Sketching the burning bridge? The burning bridge and everything that came with it. What came with it? You want to hear this from my lips, do you, Edgy? You'll regret this. That sketch of mine is... Oh! Enough! Just take that ridiculous sketch of yours out already, witness. What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. Oh, that does indeed appear to be the fastest solution. I'll leave it to you, Mr. Edgeworth. What should I do? I've got a terrible feeling that the instant that this sketch is revealed, the entire world may be changed by what it is depicted there. We got no choice. Might as well look at the sketch. Larry? I wonder if you could show us your sketch. Well, well. Even I couldn't have imagined it turned out like this. Imagined what? That Laurice Delnum debut would take place here today like this. Show it now! Okay, lady with the whip, but still yourselves. This is the world of Laurice Delnum. Oh my god, what the hell? What is this, a Super Nintendo game? So this is Dusky Bridge? Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Your response? Well, it's a better draw than I expected. Isn't it? I struggled to reproduce those flames, I really did. Yes, I'm sure you did. This is going to get ugly. Yo, that flying ghost though. No one has the bravery to bring it up, it seems. This mysterious flying object. Larry? What? The burning bridge is fine, but what is that unfortunate looking figure? Ah, you spotted that? I thought you might. However much I may want to ignore it, I can't. It's Iris, of course. Iris! I love saying that name. I wish you'd take better care of herself. We have to plan our future, you know. What would have happened to her if she had injured herself flying like that? Larry, please answer the next question honestly. Okay. Are you really claiming to have seen this? Are you claiming to have seen the silhouette of the defendant flying over a bridge that was engulfed in flames? Sounds like something straight out of Big Top. Y'all remember Big Top, the most ridiculous case ever? The waste of a case? That case was so ridiculous. That was probably the worst case, in my opinion. The least interesting case in this series was Big Top. That's why I drew it. I am an artist, a real artist. Are you? The girl, she's really high in the picture. Oh my god, this court is losing its damn composure. What was that for? This is all a bad dream. I was hitting you in the cheek to test that theory. Please flip your own cheek from now on if you wish to test your wild theories. Anyways, no court of law will ever acknowledge that people can fly. Actually, there is some precedent for this. She was flying pretty high, my sweet Iris. She was about 30 feet above the bridge at least. It was really something to see. This has to be some kind of mistake. Edgeworth, please bring the witness back down to earth. What? Me? This witness is your friend, is he not? Accessory to foolishness, Miles Edgeworth. Let's get back to the cross-examination. By force, if necessary. Mr. Edgeworth, I expect you to expose the obvious contradiction here. Yes, Your Honor. Looks like I've got another reason to remember this moron. What did you think of my debut piece? Get that thing away from me. Larry's sketch added to the court. Oh my goodness. Hurry up and cross-examine him. I'm a dodo. Sketching in front of the bridge, I was whipped up into a frenzy of art. I saw Iris flying, her white hood fluttering. Oh wait, we have the white hood. There's no way he could have saw Iris with her white hood. There's no way. So, I guess we should present the Iris hood because she gave that hood to your boy Phoenix. But still, let's look at Larry's sketch. Horrible sketch of what he saw the night. I thought the sketch was pretty good. I mean, it looks like he could be a good children's author. I don't know, man. It doesn't look too bad. Looks pretty good. The colors are pretty good, though. I ain't gonna lie. The colors are pretty good in that picture. I saw Iris flying, her white hood fluttering. I guess we should, present the Iris hood. Objection! Larry, what did you really see that night? Not that I particularly care. In your position, that's just being irresponsible. I drew exactly what I saw. I'll give you a whole $1 that is the truth. A whole $1 is not a lot. Then there's only one thing that we can say for certain. What might that be? That the person who flew over the bridge could not have been the defendant Iris. What? What do you mean? Steady whooping, people. A foolhardy folly of a foolish statement by an equally foolishly foolhardy fool. Can you make this, exactly how can you make this claim? Tell us, Larry. According to this picture, the individual whom you say you saw was wearing a hood, correct? Yeah, of course she was. That rundown shack is quite away from the bridge. The hood is what told me that this floating angel was Iris. The hood is my darling Iris. I don't know about that, Butz. It seems there are bigger fools in this world than the one at the defense's bench. Larry, there's something you need to be made aware of. On the night of the murder, Iris wasn't wearing her hood. She had given it to Wright as a gift. Are you going to change your story now? Perhaps suggest it was Wright who took flight? What are you talking about? I think you understand what I mean just fine. Why? Why did Nick have Iris's hood? Huh? Edgy, what's going on with Iris and Nick? Why you nigga? You dog? Yo, this game. Laurice. I can't believe that this unbelievably mysterious sketch is destined to disappear, discredited, and discarded straight into the garbage. Damn! Oh man, he's about to lose his mind. What is it now, witness? It feels like I've been waiting 25 years for this very day to come. Edge, today's the day I get to completely stupefy you. What? What is the meaning of your outburst? I hate to have to do this, but I have some definitive evidence. Definitive? Evidence? Iris did indeed come flying over the burning bridge. And I, Laurice Dotem, shall prove it. What is he talking about? I didn't expect to ask this again, but we shall be needing your testimony once again. Oh my goodness. Tell us anything you know concerning the defendant as depicted in the sketch. Yo, Larry. Man, Larry's testimonies are usually hilarious. They're normally hilarious. I hope you're ready. Because I'm going to feed you a whopping serving of pain. You've been serving us a whopping serving of pain this whole time, trust me. Damn. Proof that Iris flew. Iris. Oh my god. See, that's the record. My computer slowed down. You can tell my computer slowed down. Everything slowed down. Oh my god. I can't wait for my new computer, guys. So I'm actually going to save the game really quick. Because I really need a new computer because everything's just going crazy. I can't record unless I'm disconnected from the internet. And it's one of the worst things ever. I have to locally record everything. Pretty much. And streaming is a hassle because usually after I get done streaming, my computer locks up. That's why I have not been streaming all too much. But anyway, back to the bridge to the turnabout. When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. I was so worried, so I frantically searched all over. That led me to finding a beautiful crystal sphere, half buried in the snow, with blood on it. I'm sure that Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. After all, no one could have lost a crystal sphere that night. Yo, you seen it? There was blood on that crystal sphere. He brought new evidence to the table. This one, pretty isn't it? But finders keepers. That spear, where did you find it? Let me see, around here somewhere. Looks about right. And it was half buried in the snow? It had pretty much stopped snowing by then. But there was still some falling as I walked to the bridge. The court accepts this crystal sphere. That's mine, okay? I want it back afterwards. There's something on it. What is it? Oh my, it's blood! What? A blood stain? That can't be the real weapon because she had a freaking... She got stabbed. The spear couldn't have stabbed somebody. Crystal sphere added to the courtyard. Unless they broke the sphere and the many shards... No, that's impossible because the crystal sphere is still together. You ready, Edgy? By tomorrow morning you'll be calling me Master Larry. Yeah, I like the sound of that. No one's gonna push me around anymore. Didn't you want to be called Laurice Donham only a few minutes ago? That's our Larry. Proof that Iris flew. When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. I was so frantically, that's led me to finding a beautiful crystal sphere, half buried in the snow. Hold it, bro! Half buried. It was sitting in the snow with a little gathered on top of it. It was very hard to spot, actually. I mean, it was dark out, too. I'm impressed. You did very well to find this. No matter what you may think when you look at me, I'm a pro. A genius security guard. I used a pen light I borrowed from my company to help in my search. And it sparkled really brightly, as if it was saying, here I am to me. It does indeed look very much like the crystal sphere on Iris's hood. But need I remind you that she was not wearing her hood that night. I'm sure that Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. After all, no one else could have lost the crystal sphere that night. Let me confirm this one last time, Larry. The reasons you thought that this was Iris because of the hood are the hood and this crystal sphere, correct? When did you ever see Iris with a crystal sphere? I met that old bikini the next morning, and the crystal sphere was still there, safe and sound. Okay, indeed. She was wearing it in this very room earlier today. Okay, this case isn't going to end without a fight. Exposing the obvious contradictions in this testimony will be easy, but I fear that all that awaits us are further mysteries. Jeez, when I reached Dusky Bridge... So, okay, so that purple spear is from the clothing. That could be Maya's, right? That could be Maya's. Iris's... Wait! Iris's hood still has the crystal in it. So that can't be hers. And if that's the case, that had to come from Maya or someone else. If that crystal sphere is supposed to be on the found half has blood on it. Or it could have came from. I'm trying to think who else had one. Like Miss Donum had one too, right? She had one of those. I don't know. Hold on. Let me look. She had one, right? She had the clothing on. Oh, she had a crystal ball in her staff. Wait, where's her staff at? Is it not on there? Let's look at the staff. I remember finding the staff too. Yeah, the victim's staff, carried by Elise. Ah, so we gotta show that, okay. That led me to finding a beautiful crystal sphere half buried in the snow. I'm sure that Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. After all, no one else could have lost the crystal sphere that night. Yeah. Actually, yes, she could have. Yes, there was someone else that could have lost it. Objection, fool! Larry, that night, there was someone else. Someone who lost the crystal sphere. There was? Who was this stupid idiot? Miss Elise Donum, demented to a stupid idiot. The victim? I have a photo of her here. And on the end of her staff, you can see a familiar-looking crystal sphere. Oh, that's my photograph! Give it back! Oh! A crystal sphere like that is quite easy to find. I have one just like it on my brooch. They look nothing alike! In any case, please take a look at this. This is the victim's staff found at the scene of the crime. The crystal sphere is gone! What? What? What does this mean? If anyone jumped or flew across the bridge that night, it certainly was not Iris, after all. She was not wearing her hood. More importantly, the crystal sphere found at the landing site was not hers either. Digga 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 digga. I love this music. That means the one who flew and dropped the sphere was the victim, Miss Elise Donum? There's no way, she was already dead. A fool alongside another fool on a fool's errand to reach a foolish conclusion. First of all, this sketch, which I prefer to call a scribble, is ridiculous. People cannot fly, thus it is rejected. You can't do that, I saw it with my own 2 eyes. Dude, they getting whipped. This is nothing more than a red herring. You honestly believe that? Give it some thought and I'm sure you'll realize it. Miles, Elise Donum was in her room on the night of the murder. There was no reason for her to go to Dusky Bridge. Therefore, this sphere cannot be related to this case. Oh my god, are you serious? Miss Franziska von Karma. The only people who will accept that explanation are scatterbrains and clowns. What are you pointing at me for? The victim's crystal sphere was found near the bridge on the night of her murder. Yet you expect us to believe this has nothing to do with the case. That crystal sphere, it was probably thrown away at the bridge after the murder. After the murder? There's blood on the crystal sphere, isn't it? This naturally suggests that it was thrown away after the murder took place. The killer placed it there to throw the investigation off the scent. The same reason that he drew that ridiculous sketch. Wow. You mean I'm the killer? No! Enough joking. Just when did this crystal sphere appear near the foot of the bridge? Unless this can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe this is related. Franziska, she makes a valid point. There's no evidence that Elise Donum left Hazekura Temple that night. However, if somehow this crystal sphere can be proven to have been dropped before the victim was killed, then this case is going to transform into something else entirely. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth? I want your final opinion on your disposition of this crystal sphere. If it's not related to the case, then this witness who you called will have been nothing more than a monumental waste of time. Golly! I think I have a good idea. I think I have a good idea. Prepare yourself for some very appropriate punish, Miles. Can I prove it? Can I prove that the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder took place? Yes, I can. Can I prove it? That isn't the issue. To simply prove it, that's the only option. That's what he'd do. That's the way Phoenix Wright would do this. This is how we do it. Let me prove something to you. I will prove that this crystal sphere is a vital link to solving this case. You will do that? That look in your eyes, it will remind me of Phoenix Wright when he's cornered. That should come as no surprise, because right now I am Phoenix Wright, and I am indeed cornered. Gavel, I order you to present your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Evidence that proves that the crystal sphere was indeed dropped before the murder. Boom, 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 boom. What can we do? The crystal sphere found half covered in snow. Yeah, it was half covered in snow, right? Yeah, look at that. And it wasn't snowing at the time, right? When she was murdered. It stopped snowing when she was murdered. So I guess we should just pretty much present the crystal sphere again. This crystal sphere, it was half buried in the snow, correct? That's right. If it hadn't stopped snowing when it would have been game over. The snow would have totally covered it. That's all I needed to hear from you, Larry. Your testimony makes one thing quite clear. What? When the crystal sphere was dropped, it was snowing, even if it was ever so slightly. Snowing? On the other hand, let us look at the scene of the murder. As proven earlier today, there is no snow on the victim's body. Yeah, you see that? Therefore, the crystal sphere must have been dropped before the murder. What? Gavel, gavel, gavel. Order. On the night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to Dusky Bridge, and there, something occurred that caused this crystal sphere to come loose. What? What could have that been? The sphere, there's some blood on it, isn't there? She blocked someone on the head. Allow me to raise a certain possibility at this junction. The real crime scene was near the foot of the Dusky Bridge. Really? Objection! The murder didn't take place in the Hazakuri Temple courtyard. Only a fool would suggest such a foolish piece of absolute foolishness. Just who is the fool? And which part is so foolish, Miss Von Karma? Have you been paying any attention this whole time? The sister saw everything. She saw the victim being killed by the defendant in the Hazakuri Temple courtyard. Maybe the body was already dead. I mean, that's not exactly true now, is it? To put it more precisely, what she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body. That's the same thing! No, it isn't. You said it yourself. Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blood's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, that would be when the blade is removed. If that statement is the truth, then Dusky Bridge could very easily be the scene of the murder. The murder weapon was not removed, thus there was no bleeding. You are forgetting one vital thing, Miles. Elise body was found in Hazakuri Temple. On foot, it takes 15 minutes to travel from Dusky Bridge to Hazakuri Temple. You mean to suggest someone carried the body all the way? I've made it this far. The only place to take this is that they use the snowmobile. I just need to prove the possibility it happened as I presume. If the defense is ready, the court would like to have an explanation. Please show us the method by which the victim's body was carried to Hazakuri Temple. The damn snowmobile. It had to. That's the only way. It's really the only way. I guess I just showed the tracks? Because if you think about it, yeah. That's why there was only one set of tracks. On that snowy night, there is one way that a body could have been removed. The snowmobile. The only way, as we know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon. But it could also have been used to carry a body. Haha! Order! Oh god! This is completely unacceptable. You dug yourself into your own grave. What do you mean? The only one who could have used the snowmobile was the defendant. She's the only one who moved the body. Doesn't that put the final nail in your coffin? What are you talking about? You're too late, Franziska von Karma. And in fact, the defense has proven something else entirely. We have shown that this case requires further investigation. The murder location. Where was the victim Elise Donum really killed? If her body was moved, whatever for? And finally, just what does this image mean? Do you even need to think about that? Such a creature could never see the truth, let alone describe it. This witness certainly sits on one of the lowest possible branches of humanity. Damn! However, he would never utter a lie that could hurt a girl that he likes. The defense stands firm on this point. Edge, thank you. That settles it then. I cannot give a verdict under these circumstances. Oh! You mad though? Right? I seem to have fulfilled my part in this. It's just as I thought. Franziska von Karma, you make a wonderful partner. Excuse me? There was one reason and one alone for me being here. To expose the darkness lurking in this case and then pass it on to Wright. Really? That's what this was all about? You could have just told me that from the very beginning. Then I wouldn't have had Francie whooping me. I don't care about what you want to do here. I don't care about what you were here to do. This was my chance to finally grind you under my heel. A shame that your chance seems to have slipped by you. What a shame. Oh! This is all your fault. Such a terrible witness. Up front to all. Damn! I demand satisfaction. Dude! You done killed the boy. You done killed him. I cannot believe that the witness testimony relates to the actual event. She just killed the man in court. However, there has to be some sort of answer for the questions it raises. Wow, that was unnecessary roughness, man. Have his words here today been the truth or lies? Next time we gather in this courtroom, those are the matters that shall be addressed. I am counting on thorough investigations by both the defense and the prosecution. And with this, the rest is up to you. Right? Motherfucker! The court is now adjourned. She angry. Franziska von Karma is angry. And with that, I am done recording for today, dude. Oh man, dude, my voice is done. I recorded it for about... I got like 8 or 9 parts recorded today of this game, which is kind of insane because they've all been like 20, 30 minutes long. Oh boy, I need a break and I need to let my voice recover, and I'll see you guys next time for the next episode of Trials and Tribulations.